Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Lots of action as we were trying to get back on the boat. Who would have known? It would have been so hard to get back on a boat, Brian.
Willy Wonka.
All right.
But we made it.
Yeah.
And the boat has set sail.
Yes.
So, there we go. Hey, how are you doing, dear listener? You having a good time? You having a better time this week than last week? I hope you are. Hey, look, there's Sam. Hey, Sam.
Hi.
It's so nice to hear you this week.
Yeah. It's nice to be heard.
There you go. All right. Well, I think Rob is here as well.
Hello.
And Matthew is here.
Yeah, I can always be heard.
And, of course, Rodrigo is here to lead us on a grand adventure. So, Rodrigo, how about you lead on?
Okay. Let's see. So last time
On Critical Hit.
Critical Hit. Yeah, you guys had some trouble because some shady characters had started messing around your ship, and so today we'll pick up as you guys are sailing out of the Sage's Rectory, and, you know, your ship is a mess. Like, they really tossed the place.
Yeah, Orm's been cleaning up at least the galley.
Yeah.
And did he make a determination on whether it's safe to eat the food now? Has he made any kind of connection with the ship?
Why don't you give me an Arcana check and a Nature check?
All right. Arcana is a 32.
That's not bad.
And Nature is a 27.
Oh, it's not bad at all.
All right. So as Orem spent some time straightening up the galley, he looks at the food. He, casts some minor divinations on it. Tries to figure it out. You know, like takes like a little taste. Yep. So basically, Orem comes up with some good news and some weird news.
Uh-oh. What's the good news first?
The good news is this food is not enchanted. It won't
good.
bind you to like some fairy noble or anything like that.
Excellent. The bad news or the weird news?
The weird news is that this actually isn't a fairy ship.
What?
It's magic, but it's actually not like a weird Feywild figment or anything like that.
Interesting.
It probably wasn't made in the Feywild.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Well, anyway, I still thank the ship for giving me some food and allowing me to clean up. And I'm going to head back to my room, wherever my room is.
Yeah, there's an open room.
No, okay, I'll just take this one. Oh, look, there's a cask of alcohol here.
Looks like it's a Amontillado.
P.U. I will go dump this out.
All right, what's everyone else doing?
I believe we said Sikar's at the helm.
Okay.
So he's helming.
Okay.
I'd like to spend 2 healing surges, but after that, I'll also do some cleaning up. I'll work on the armory area.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can take a short rest.
I will
So recover whatever you
surge.
need there.
Even if you're at the wheel?
Yeah.
Okay. So that will allow you to reset your hit points, but not any dailies?
It'll allow you to spend healing surges. So if you need to refill your hit points, then you can spend like 2 or 3 or however many.
It seems like a waste to use an entire healing surge.
Yeah,
I'm down like 7 points.
Yeah,
if you're down less than a healing surge, then you don't have to spend a healing surge.
Okay.
Yep, I will not be spending it.
Okay.
Nor will I. I'm like, no problem.
Do you grant any benefits to spending healing surges during rest at this point, Brian?
Nope.
No, that's bards.
I am not entirely aware what a Brian is at this point.
That's fair. That's fair.
He could have built an entire organ machine into his chest.
You can play Lady of Spain and give us all +2.
But nope. I think I'll go ahead and spend one, even though 6 hit points will go to waste. But nah.
And again, if he built an accordion into his chest, wouldn't assistant then be a monkey?
I'll say, yeah.
You can
In a little
dance.
fez? I'm
He
liking
no longer
this
has any
build,
organs to grind, so
Oh, boo.
but he's still got a few grudges, so it's fine.
I'm sorry. Was somebody saying something relevant there?
Nope.
Did I hear
Sure
an actual
wasn't.
question?
Yes,
I
where
I
is
believe Brian spent a healing surge, and the rest of us.
Yes.
Well, Sam did
all right.
1 or 2,
I spent 2. 'Cause-
okay. And then the rest of us just kind of didn't.
So, yeah, once I'm done fixing my chassis back up, I will head out and also help clean up the mess.
Little Sparkle can spend some time in the armory, just kind of putting stuff back in its place. They really, the armory itself doesn't have a lot of like nooks and crannies to hide things. So really they just like knock some stuff off of tables and maybe like opened up a bunch of like the armor. So they're like hanging out with like the, just like the curious like on the ground or open. So, you can strap those to the mannequins.
Sounds good.
And then if Randus goes down to the hold to help clean up, it looks like there's like these 2 barrels that have their lids like not quite sealed all the way, and a nearby crowbar, so it looks like they like pop them open and then just kind of half close them.
I'll peek and see what maybe there we're missing.
Okay. When you open it, the barrels are full of a sort of amber orangey goop.
No. Don't see anything askew.
Not really. They're mostly full. It's entirely possible, or we'll say that you actually spot like some droplets, and it's like very possible that they popped the lid and actually like reached inside to see if there was anything in the goop, but there's nothing in the goop, so they just kind of like flicked their hand a little bit and then put the lid back on.
Well, I guess I'll hammer the lids back into place and continue cleaning.
Okay. What's Dallin doing?
I should probably help with cleaning somewhere.
Well, they went through all the rooms, so I mean, you can definitely start in your room or go help with somebody else. I guess nobody's been to the lab yet, so you can clean up there as well.
Sure, we'll do that one.
Okay. Yeah, the lab has also been tossed, so there's a lot of tipped over beaker stands, and your like the cauldron has been like picked up and like flipped over, and it's just kind of rolling around. So there's some work to do there.
Bunch of jerks.
Where would we have been keeping because we have a ton of residuum, don't we?
Yeah, somewhere we do.
Who has the residuum calculation?
Brian. I know that Sam has all the gold.
That is true. Let me see.
I know residuum was never my responsibility.
Oh, I have the residuum marked as well, actually.
I was thinking.
I've got 1,250,950 gold worth of residuum, but it's a really good question about where we were keeping that. I think we got that all from we got all, at least the majority of that from Rutile Island, because Sabins didn't want it.
Right.
And I assume it was somewhere. It was probably in the lab, because it was way too much of it to be like be getting carried on our persons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, in that case, why don't you have that?
Yeah. Right.
Hmm.
Jerks.
Because it is a lot to carry, but half of that, if somebody has a handy haversack, is actually not that difficult to.
Yeah. Speaking of, we should try to put Randus back to work.
I would say, yeah, does Randus still have a handy haversack?
Not.
I don't think
listed on
so.
my sheet. So step 1.
Step 1, build a handy haversack. Step 2, put the rest of that residuum in the handy haversack.
Step
Step
3,
three,
make 4 more
profit.
handy haversacks.
So they are 5,000 each.
Sweet. Well, we've
Do
got more than
it.
enough to build them for everyone then, if you've got the time.
Make approximately 5 of them.
Yep.
Yep.
Is that an hour each? We should have time in travels, assuming.
Depending on how far it is to Snap Stab, you may be able to do it all at once.
Yep, should be an hour each.
So if we want to do that, we can do that.
I mean, we've got like 1 billion million gold.
Yes. Well, the residuum, I think, would be the more question. But yes, I think we still got crazy amount
We've got
of
more than enough
we should
residuum
still
for
have
that, considering we've
25,000
got
residuum.
600. We have 625,000 residuum.
So we have
There you go.
600,000 residual.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
So-
go. Let's make it a nice round number.
Yeah. That is. So yeah, I'll go ahead and deduct that from my treasure section if you want to make them.
All right. I will get to work.
All right. Let me just get a quick, actual in-character conversation about that.
Okay.
You guys can all convene at the lab and ask Dallin what happened to the residuum.
Oh, hey,
So-
there's a lab in here. Neat.
Yep.
Oh no! Did they take the residuum?
Not all of it.
Oh
Hmm.
well, that's something, I guess. How much is left?
I'd say about half of what we had. Did you have any on you?
No.
Randus?
No, can't
All right.
say I do.
I think half of what we got from Rutile then.
Oh, Randus. Well, now that you're back, can you make us magic items again?
Yeah, this place seems to be fairly equipped. I think we can start getting some stuff made.
That'd be great, because I lost basically everything I had. And so did Sakar.
Yeah, I seem to have lost all of my magical items except for good old sword here.
Yeah, I think a lot of
in
it
my
may have
time
been-
in the gym, I think there was something draining the magical energies.
Ah,
That would make sense, given that it was meant to contain Eladrin. It might dampen that. Well, just having like a haversack would be useful, considering we've got this huge amount of gold that the wizards gave us, and I don't really want to leave it on the ship if it gets raided again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Haversacks
Yeah,
would be great.
yeah.
Can you make all of us some?
yeah, it will take me a bit, but yeah, I can start making us some handy haversacks.
Excellent. If you need any help, let me know.
I might cut some things to size here. Yeah, I'll get to work.
It's really good to have you back, Randus.
Yeah, glad to be back. And I'll get crafting.
Okay. All right, go ahead and deduct that money. And,
Done and done.
all right. Well, Randus is going to be sewing for a while.
Spinning some residuum into thread.
Yep.
Weaving the thread.
Just make one big sack and cut it into 5.
It is magic. It should work, right?
Make one big piece and then fold it and cut that.
Yes.
I mean,
And then
5 little ones.
just sew up the bottoms.
just weaving the residual thread into our currently existing bags work.
You could just enchant their bags, yes.
Yeah. Also works.
That seems more expedient than Randus having to use his fist to sew.
Yeah, but he's actually built a spinning wheel into it now. It could be fine.
Yeah, that's how he spins the residuum into thread. Did you not hear me say about weaving the residua thread into the bags?
Oh, you know I don't listen to you.
You're right.
That's true.
All right. Good.
Friendship is rare.
All right. So Randus is, as I said, sewing. What's everybody else doing?
Still steering a ship. If only someone would come talk to me. If only.
Can't hear you. Too busy sewing.
I'm going to go look for drumstick.
Okay.
Aw.
You find drumstick. So when she's not in the lower decks. When you come out, you see Sakar at the helm, who has really perfected that like steely looking into the distance look, and then over a few feet and behind sitting on a railing, you see drumstick roughly making the same face. Looking in the same direction.
Oh, okay. Well, hello there, drumstick, right?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
It's good. It's been a long time since I've met or seen any of the fake creatures on our journeys. We've been all over the place. Boy, it seems like years and years and years since I've been back to the Feywild. How did you hook up with this group?
Well, I found all the other guys on Dalin, and then I helped them.
I see. Were you already on the ship, or were you just wandering the Feywild?
I mean, I was kind of doing my thing.
Okay. All right.
But no, I wasn't on the ship. I helped them find the ship.
Oh, that's excellent. Good job.
Thanks.
And you just decided to tag along?
Yeah, they seem nice.
Yeah, I think for the most part. You've probably not met Ket, I take it.
I haven't.
Okay, well, watch out for him. He's the one that kind of got us into a lot of trouble.
Oh. You miss him?
Do I miss Ket? I'm going to say Ket is Ket. And when he's around, sometimes he is helpful, but that issue with his imp really set us back. So he might be a friend, but he has caused us a great deal of grief.
Oh.
So yeah. What do you know of? What do you know of Dalin?
Dalin's nice.
Is he?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a nice young man.
He says I know him, but I have no memory of him.
Oh, that's because everybody lost their memory of him.
Yeah. What?
Well, they didn't lose it. He gave it away.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's sad for him.
Does he seem okay?
I mean, he seems sad.
But other than that, he seems to be acting normal?
Yeah. Normal, young, magical shadow monster boy.
Shadow monster boy. That's the thing that may be a little worrisome for me at the moment.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well,
I don't know. You're kind of... If you think about it, you're outnumbered as far as the shadow monster vote.
Well, that's true. It is definitely true. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
So it's like I said, it's nice to meet you. Reach out, shake the paw.
Yeah, shakes it.
All right.
Use whale.
Yeah. Okay. Well, If you need anything, just ask.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She goes back to looking steely off in the distance.
I will go and find Dallin.
Dallin has probably, at this point, gotten back to his room and is like putting stuff up there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on his door. Hey, Dallin.
Yeah?
Hey, it's me, Orem.
Oh.
I know you say that we've been, we know each other, but I'm sorry. Apparently you make deals with Greater Fae, and this is the result. I have no memory or recollection of you, so can you tell me a little bit about who you are? I mean, you say I was your teacher, but again, I'm sorry, I don't have that memory.
I will say that you've seen him fight,
Yeah.
and he fights absolutely 100% like the students that you taught. In fact, he has I would say probably married your style to a few others, possibly out of necessity.
All right.
So what was the question you asked right before you said that?
What's your story?
I was at the academy. After you left, I had to save a town.
Which town?
I do not have a name for it.
Okay. You want to come up with a name for it?
What kind of names do they have in the Feywild?
They, especially around the Springwood, they have a lot of Britishy sounding names. So something Wood, something Berg, something Lee, something River.
London Wood.
Verdonshire?
London Wood.
Not London Wood.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
Verdonshire?
Oh, do I know that one?
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, yes, I know that one. What was their problem?
And that is also not in the story sheet, so...
What was their problem? Or what does it say on the story sheet?
It's, in order to save the village, I had to make a deal. Everything after that is
Post.
Is consequences post deal.
Gotcha.
So what are some of the threats in the Feywild?
Well, certainly post Spud, there's a lot of weirds, which are those gelatinous monstrosities that appeared because of the fractal plazas. There's also just any sort of weird monster or creature that you can come up with.
There was a Fey beast that had managed to gather a bunch of the weirds. So I had to, in order to save the town, save Verdonshire, I had to make a deal.
With that beast or with someone else?
With something else.
Ah. Well, it's a shame you didn't call 4 other members from the school to come and help from the academy.
It was made in haste.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things like that do get made in haste. And sometimes they can have negative consequences. But I'm sure, I've seen your fighting style. It's pretty good. I'm sure with time you will make connections again. I noticed that when I turned my back, I still remembered who you were. So it seems to be old memories. So you get to create new memories with people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
It has been.
I look at him really close. Up and down. You're not really Ket in disguise, are you?
Well, he's not wearing a hat, right?
Yeah, that's what he may make you think if he would be. Maybe the hat makes it look like his poofy hair.
Yeah, you can pull on his hair and see if it's a wig.
On his hair and see if it's a wig or if there's a hat. Yeah.
Ow.
Nothing comes off, huh?
Hey,
I'm sorry, just checking. You know about Ket and his magic hat, right?
I know some of what you said about Ket while teaching.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I'm just making sure that you're not Ket.
Why would I be Ket?
I don't know, but you're the only one here that I don't know. You and Drumstick, of course. You're the only one here that I don't know of this group. And so, just a little suspicious, considering the trouble that we got into last time. And
Critical hit.
yes, on critical hit. And considering that it was Ket that was doing this, perhaps he's in disguise, hiding to avoid people who might be after him. Anyway, it's I'm hope that it's good to have another Eldrin here, and I hope that we can complete this journey together.
We'll at least get to Snap Stab together.
Yeah, hopefully. And then we'll go and take down Asmodeus.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. All right. Well, your room is a mess. You probably ought to finish cleaning, so I'll let you have at it.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Goodbye.
Wander off. Close the door behind me.
Okay.
Tear rolls down Dolan's face.
What else?
I'll check in with Salath and see if he has any word on Snapstab.
Well, since you're in the armory, you can probably just. I guess you're probably out of there by now.
Sure.
Yeah, you can just get out his kunai and call to him, and he'll appear.
Hello.
Hello.
I wanted to check in to see if you had any information on Snapstab since we're heading there next.
The only information I have is from the outside. They've been under siege essentially this whole time. I know that there was a moment when their defenses were down and some troops were able to make it onto the island, but the majority of the time, or from what I've heard, most of the time, it has been naval attacks trying to get through their defenses, which I'm sure it's quite challenging since they're, how to put this, goblins love almost nothing. So reports say that they've gone as far as just launching entire districts worth of buildings onto the sea with catapults, just burning entire sections of their walls to produce noxious smoke, things like that.
Wow. Well, I have to, I guess, appreciate their resilience.
Mhm.
Have you heard anything about the Bright Armada?
Yes, I do know some things about the Bright Armada. Why?
Do you know? Well, apparently there's a bounty on a weapon I'm carrying that they've put out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Bright Armada is one of the most efficacious resistance forces against the Asmodeans. They are really just a bunch of ships. They don't dock. They either raid Asmodean or Asmodean adjacent vessels for fuel and food, although I'm sure they have some ports that are friendly to them, but they've kept that stuff pretty quiet. It's maybe reports vary anywhere from a dozen ships to maybe under 1,000 ships. It's hard to exactly pinpoint, and it's hard to it's been hard for me to get any intelligence on them since they're always moving. And in essence, all they have to do is start moving in different directions to stop being a thing.
Do you know anything about their leadership or who they owe affiliation to?
They're supposed to have a very charismatic leader, but reports on who that is also varies. Some believe that it is a god that has taken some sort of human form. Others just assume that it's a person. But I don't know much about them.
Interesting. Well, I would love it if they stopped trying to kill me, considering we're on the same side. So if you have any way to open channels to them, let me know.
I can try, but it's going to be difficult.
Fair enough.
Did I hear you say that there was a bounty from Shalai as well?
Yes.
Well, it's entirely possible that neither of these organizations know that the starfish is back on the side of the angels, so to speak.
Well, the question is how they're tracking it. Like, how did the agents of the Bright Armada know exactly where I would be at the right time?
Chances they are tracking it directly. Either they know enough about it to scry on it, or get some sort of directional sense. It's not one of my fortes, but I know that some of my kids who are trained in wilderness survival can learn the general location of things. And of course, wizards, sorcerers, powerful clerics, they all have some form of divinations, from pools to simply getting sensations to creating scrying gems that then fly out and spy on whatever they want. So it's actually a pretty large list of reasons or of ways that they could be looking for it, especially since so many people seem to be looking for it. It's kind of a confluence. If nobody knew about it, then all of these various people of means would probably be putting their means towards something else. But at any given time, somebody's looking for this starfish, and they're gonna, the chances are someone's gonna track it eventually. Our best, or your best, hope to avoid those is to continue moving. But from what you've said, the attacks have tended to come when you've stayed in one place for a period of time.
Sure. I mean, is there a way to, I don't know, hide it from divination? Would putting it in a haversack help, or?
I don't think putting it in a haversack would help. It might help against low-level divination, but we're dealing with powerful forces here. I believe, who were the last ones who tried to take it.
Yes, certainly. The last ones were, I'm guessing they were some form of ranger, since considering they both had wolf companions, or maybe the wolves both belonged to one of them. A guy with a bow who seemed to be able to transfer his consciousness into a wolf when he killed his body. So that screams ranger to me. And then some kind of storm witch.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm getting at. When I was younger, legends of people who could do that abounded, right? But one never met anybody who could do that. And yet here I am, having learned a technique to reliably become a ghost. So you have to assume that the people who would willingly embroil themselves in a conflict of this magnitude will have similar means and probably powers that you can't imagine or won't be able to really ascertain until you see them put into practice. If anything, at this moment, we know a lot more about Asmodeus's forces than we do about any random person who might be looking for the starfish.
It's this is the biggest game in town, so I suppose anyone who can is prepared to fight for it is going to be the best of the best.
You'd expect that. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have made it very far into this conflict. Certainly, I am good at avoiding detection. But preventing things from, if something was on my person back when I was alive, I would be able to hide it from scrying. But nowadays, that ability has shuffled off along with the rest of me. You might want to rely on your magic users to see if they have a means to do it, or if they can learn a means to do it.
I'll talk to them. Thank you for your advice.
Of course, come find me if you need anything.
I'll go, since Randus is busy, try to find Orem.
Okay. Orem is probably back at the galley, I would say.
Yep. Apparently I haven't eaten in a year, so I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Grab some food.
Hello.
Hi. Do you know any magic ways to hide something from being found with magic?
I mean, I know how to dispel some things with magic. Let me think.
Salah thinks that the bounty hunters are tracking us effectively through the starfish by discerning its location. And they're going to keep coming unless we can figure out a way to mystically hide it.
I mean, I've heard, I think my sister used this, hidden pocket, where she has this little pocket that you could put things in and nobody would be able to find it. I don't know if that would hide anything from magic. There is a way. Oh, you know what? It would take a while for me to learn. I don't think I have the books here, but you can mask something with an aura. That would be one thing that you could do. It just makes it look like it's non-magical to anyone who tries to use an Arcana check on it.
I don't think it's people are like, studying it and trying to figure out if it's magic. They're like divining it. I need something that can fight divination.
There could be. I don't know of anything about divination. I mean, there is like you could create a false aura on something else to make it seem like that was the object. But if people are divining it, I don't think that would work either.
Oh, well, if you think of anything, let me know.
Okay, I will sit and look at my books and see what I can come up with. But those are the things that popped in my head at the moment. So you need to totally block out magic completely.
Ideally.
Okay, I'll think about it and see what I can come up with.
Thanks.
What am I eating, by the way? What did the ship provide me?
It provided you with mashed potatoes.
Oh, have you tried these potatoes? They are very tasty.
Yeah. The ship is crazy in that it seems to provide things for it. I don't know. I think it provides things that we want in some fashion or need.
Ah, okay. Well, I definitely needed some of these potatoes. So, hopefully you get something good too.
No, it's all going to be potatoes today then. If you've got potatoes, it doesn't really provide it individually.
Oh, okay.
At least for food.
Okay. All right. Well.
But I like potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of bland.
Well, you got to put some of this butter on it. And some of these peppers. And a big
peppers
chunk.
Or just pepper?
Pepper. And then if you had some meat, we could put some meat with these potatoes. And if you had any carrots, we could put some carrots on these potatoes too. And that would make it really, really good.
Yes. Well, the carrots. I'm not really into the meat.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't mind if you eat meat.
I just nod my head and eat my potatoes, thinking about how good it would be.
If it was actually stew.
Yes, if it was actually stew.
If it was a shepherd's pie.
And no one has yet to go talk to Sakar.
Because you all suck. That is why.
It's because you wanted it. We're just being
It's
mean.
cruel. Yeah, I know. That's why you suck.
I got put in my
has an
room.
excuse.
What else?
I will actually try to handle the starfish a little bit and see if it feels any different now that it has actually done its duty.
She said.
First off, where like do you just do it in the galley or? Just
I'll go into the armory and practice some stabbing.
Okay. It really doesn't feel different. Pretty much the same. It still works in the sense that if you put it around a weapon, it just kind of hangs onto it.
Is there a library on this ship?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Little Sparkles, since I ask a question out into the darkness, and the DM gods generally don't respond that quickly. But yes, to Little Sparkle.
Okay.
Is there a library? I know there's the lab, but
the lab has a handful of books, but no, there's no library on board.
Okay. I'll go look at the books in the lab then. Oh, hey, look, it's Randus.
Yep, there's Randus. He's working.
How's it going?
It's going.
Good. Hey, are there any magic books in here?
Is there?
There's a handful of books.
There's
Just kind of, there's one shelf with some books, but they're pretty elementary.
Okay.
some pretty basic stuff. I don't think we'll necessarily get much out of it, but might take a look.
Okay. I thumb through it. Find nothing of interest.
Yeah.
Go back to Dalin's door. Knock on his door.
Okay.
Dalin? Dalin?
Helps if I unmute. Yes.
Hey, I noticed that your magic is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Evolved from what I would be teaching you if you were one of my students? Yes,
Well,
no?
I did have to adapt to the powers I was given.
Mm-hmm. Where did you learn the new skills from? Do you have a ritual book or anything like that?
No, I mostly practiced with our different companions.
Okay. All right, thank you. So I'm going to go back to my room, sit down on my bunk.
Okay.
Go into my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out my book where I've been keeping notes, and suddenly realize that, wow, there's a lot of notes in here.
Yep. Not only that, but it seems like most of the stuff has been randomly shoved into your backpack. That's not how you usually keep it.
Yeah, that's really weird. Okay, so I'm going to flip through some things, do some research for a little bit. And still nobody's going to go talk to Sakar.
Who usually takes over for Sakar?
Dalin?
Okay, so it gets to be about time for Dalin to take over.
All right. Well, I guess my room is good enough for now. It looks immaculate, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
So just good enough. I'll have to take care of some of that later.
Walks out of the door, comes back in, fixes a corner of the bed, walks back out.
Yep. Pulls the sheet back again. There's another tuck under. Goes, all right. Hey, Sakar.
Dalin, hello.
You may want to go check out your room.
I hadn't realized it had been that long. I've been ruminating about the Tarask in the room, and I kind of lost track of time. Thank you.
By the way, Drumstick's still there, but she fell asleep a while ago. She's just like curled up.
Don't wake Drumstick.
Don't they have elephants in the room? Which Tarask in the room are you talking about?
Hazard. Now that we've gathered everyone else, I can't decide whether I hope he's dead or not.
Why would you want an old companion dead?
I don't necessarily want... Well, I shouldn't say anyone. There are many people that I want dead. I don't necessarily want him dead. It's a difficult... You know the story of what happened.
Kind of.
We were working for the remains of the Pentathion in the hopes of stopping Asmodeus. And it turned out that, probably through no fault of his own, Hazard was the reason, Asmodeus part of the reason, some of the... I don't know. Regardless, Asmodeus had tabs on each and all of us. And it comes to a situation where I ask myself, if I were him, could I even come back from that? Could I even consider redemption? And I think the simplest answer that I have is I don't really want to ever have to try. What do you know about names, Dalin?
What do I know about names?
Names.
Not a lot.
Names have value. Names have specific currency attached to them. That's why Lady Sparkle is Lady Sparkle. That's why Warden Duthane is Warden Duthane. That's why you're Dalin. Do you understand?
I mean, I know names can be used for magical purposes. If that's what you're getting at.
And you know that, for instance, Lady Sparkle wasn't born Sparkle. She has another name, just as I have another name. I have a number of names.
Some of the other monikers that you've been known by?
Yes, but more than that, there are situations where I am Sikaar, or perhaps Sikaar Oblia. There are many people in and around our home who want to kill Sikaar Oblia because of an interaction they had with him. But those people know nothing of Lord Sikaar of Atasokichi, Baron in absentia of the shores. And I think that's the hardest thing for me to conceptualize here. Because Hazard is always Hazard. He will always be Hazard. And to some degree, I always took that as a matter of respect. There was no pretense to Hazard. He simply was what he was. And even when I couldn't explain why, I feel like he understood that I appreciated that. The reason that you're Dalin, if I may be indelicate, is because of your unique situation. Not that you don't deserve a title, or not that I wouldn't use a title if you insisted upon having one. But because many people...
As a brief note, Rob, Dalin does have a title.
Yeah, I'm staring at the 3 AKAs as we speak about this.
Gotcha. All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Matthew.
Not at all. You're good. You're fine. It's your show, baby. I'm just here.
Yeah, I assume he also had a last name at some point.
At some point.
Mm-hmm. But if you had a preferred form of address or a title that was absolutely necessary, I would use it. But I also feel that because so many have forgotten your name, for me not to use it would be a matter of disrespect. And so when I say that Hazard is Hazard, I can't help but feel that something, that whatever happened, whatever has happened to him, it might be better had he died. And I know how that sounds, but I think we understand each other. I think your mastery of shadow might give you sort of an insight into things that I can never really articulate to the others about the world. Sometimes, for lack of a better word, dead is better. But if he's not, then we're going to have to come to terms with that. And I'm concerned about making it to stab, and I'm concerned about what will happen to you, and I'm concerned about your comrades, your fellow Gordians, and what may happen with them, and whether my feelings of comfort and pleasantness at having my friends back are actually indicative of real hope, or if we're still as doomed as we didn't know we were. And so, the Tarrasque in the room, or elephant if you prefer.
Oh, I'm sure whatever happens after Snapstab, I have to believe that whatever happens after Snapstab, you'll succeed.
I hope we're up to it. So much of us is gone, darling. I don't know. I do hope, and I have strong intentions to kill some of what I hope are the right people. And I hope that whatever awaits us with the pillar and with your gourd, I hope that it brings you some manner of comfort.
I hope so too.
Just as a matter of advice, don't ever spend months trapped in your own head, forced to do things. It will make you... It'll make you ruminate like a crazy old man. I'm going to go clean my quarters.
All right. What's our heading? Before you go?
7.95 Mark III.
Okay.
Right. And don't wake Drumstick.
Wasn't planning on it. Don't get caught inside your head too much.
Oh, I'll try and take that advice as well. Maybe I can get Warden Duthane to enchant my offhand sword to fire again. Maybe that will make me feel like myself.
Sounds like a plan.
There's no such thing as plans. Don't tell anyone I said that. We'll relieve you in a few hours.
Okay.
I have made a remarkable discovery.
What's that?
I will go find Little Sparkle.
Okay. Where is Little Sparkle?
She's probably gone to clean up her own room now.
Okay. Little Sparkle is in her room.
Knock, knock.
Oh, hello.
It's me, Orem.
Oh, I'll open the door.
So you said that you wanted to block the magic coming off the starfish, right?
I mean, I want to keep people from finding the starfish with magic.
Okay, I can't do that. However, and I hold up my big old notebook full of notes, I think I can find out who is trying to find the starfish.
Well, that could be useful.
Yeah. It's going to cost us a lot to do it, of residuum. So hopefully we have a lot of that. It sounds like we do.
Yeah. How much are we talking?
22,500's worth of gold pieces of residuum.
Yeah, we can do that. What if it's multiple people who are trying to find it?
Yeah, see, this is the problem with this ritual. If I do this right, it'll last for 8 hours, And if anyone in the world, and I'm guessing that extends out here to the plane, tries to divine or scry to gather information about me or the starfish or whatever, try to ask any questions about us, try to spy on us, I'll instantly be aware of it. Now, I won't know.
Interesting.
I won't know what they're asking for or why they're trying to spy on us, but I'm guessing they would be trying to spy on us because of the starfish. I'll know what ritual they performed, and I will find out for sure who is the person who cast the ritual to scry or to divine us.
Well, like who they are or where they are, or will they be like...
I can turn that spell back on them, and I will be able to scry on them in return.
Well, that sounds awesome. Yeah, do that.
Okay. Now, yes. But if there are multiple people watching us, this is like a one-time shot. It's like when you put a piece of string with some cans to alert you that someone is approaching. It only works on that one person. If someone else is coming up, second person from another side, those cans and string won't work. I'd have to recast that spell again.
So additionally, I'll say this. What the true name, which is I'm guessing what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Works on you.
Yeah, only on me, right?
So in order to do that, you have to have the starfish.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I explained that. I need to have the starfish in my possession when I do this.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as we, I'll keep it in my pocket, I'll keep it in my haversack, whatever.
Sure, that's fine. Just don't put it on your weird sword.
The last time we did that, they had a nice conversation with one another.
Yeah, it makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Actually, now that now that you have killed a god and the power has gone through the starfish, maybe we can figure out what has changed with the starfish if these two talk with one another.
I mean, I tried just fighting with a starfish and I couldn't tell anything, but I guess I'm not super attuned to that sort of thing. I don't like that thing. I think it's evil. It's certainly mean.
It's not mean. It's just misunderstood.
It wants to kill people.
No, it only wants to kill.
Friends.
It only wants me to kill my friends. It doesn't want to kill my friends. It wants me to kill my friends.
That
fortunately,
is not good.
Fortunately, as has been demonstrated, I don't have friends, so you don't have anything to worry about.
What do you mean you don't have friends?
I'm just saying.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I just do not make strong attachments with people anymore. The one friend I had is now gone.
Who was that?
His name was Torque. And he is gone. And I'm not going to make any more personal close connections with that, or else they will be gone too.
You don't consider Randus your friend?
I consider Randus a very good acquaintance. A comrade.
Wow.
A comrade. A fellow journeyman. But I can't call him a friend or my sword will have me kill him.
I see.
You understand that, right?
See, that's why I think you should get rid of that thing, because it's horrible.
Yeah, but it does such a good job at killing other things.
Yeah, I don't think that's caused by the weird parasite though. I'm pretty sure Randus could just make you a new sword. Yeah. And then you could be his friend, as opposed to living in fear that your evil weapon is going to make you stab him.
But it talks to me, so,
So what? It doesn't seem to be able to animate itself.
I know. But I like talking to it.
Well, that's upsetting. That you would rather talk to your sword than have a meaningful relationship with Randus.
I didn't say I didn't have a meaningful relationship with Randus.
I think Randus would consider you to be his friend.
That's good. But I can't call him my friend or I'll have to kill him.
Why? The sword doesn't control your mind.
The sword wants me to.
Just because the sword tells... If I told you to kill Randus, would you have to?
Do you want me to?
No!
Well, then why would you tell me to kill Randus?
I'm just saying, does the sword, like, is it, like, in your head? I mean, I know it's in your head, but is it, like, I don't know, exerting, like, serious mental pressure on you, like a enchanter? Or is it just, like, telling you stuff?
It's more like a peer pressure.
Well, then just ignore it and get rid of it. When you have bad friends or bad influences in your life, you stop talking to them. I had, like, kids that I hang out with in, back in New Mawakal that encouraged me to do all sorts of bad stuff, and I just
And look where
stopped
you're
hanging
at
out with
now.
them. Well, I mean, it was formative. I'm not saying that, like, I ignored all of the stuff they did tell me to do.
Yeah, so see, I ignore when it tells me to kill my friends. Therefore, I don't have to be put into that quandary because I don't have friends.
This seems like an extremely...
It's Fey logic, trust me.
You know what? I understand why I hate the Feywild. Anyways, here's the starfish. Don't put it on your creepy sword. Don't let your creepy sword talk to it. Do the ritual. Let me know what it finds.
All right, I'll put the starfish in my pocket. Do I feel any new energies, any changed energies from the last time I touched the starfish?
Nope. Seems exactly the same.
Seems exactly the same. And you're sure that energy went through this thing?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, there was the weird maniacal laughing from the thing that shatters the sky.
And we're sure it was the thing that shatters the sky?
Oh, yeah. I would never forget that laugh.
Was it a high-pitched laugh like, ha, 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 ha? Or was it a low-pitched laugh like,
Rodrigo?
It was low. It was low pitched, I believe.
It was low.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
I just, like, could think of all those teeth and the wrongness.
Yeah. That is wrong. Okay. I'm going to go and cast this spell. I need to go get some residuum, and I will cast this spell.
How much residuum does it cost? Because I'll mark it down.
22,500.
Okay.
And I will go into my cabin.
Well, all the residuum's at the lab.
Oh, okay. I'll go into the lab, and I'll scoop up a bunch of residuum.
All right. Well, Randus is there.
Oh, hi, Randus.
Hey,
listen.
Yeah.
I am going to do a reverse scry warning spell. And I'll be able to find out who is trying to, who at any given moment is trying to find the starfish.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go over here to this corner. I think this is all the space that I need.
Okay.
Do you have some chalk?
Sure. I think I got some somewhere.
Oh, okay. I'll get a piece of chalk from Randus.
Toss in the chalk.
I'll go down onto the floor and I'll start looking at my notes, putting a big circle on the floor, putting all the little symbols in the right spaces, rechecking my notes. And then when I'm done, I'm going to sit in the middle of the circle, cross my legs, close my eyes. I'm going to utter the magic words. I'm going to concentrate really hard and cast this spell, Ward of the True Name, which doesn't require a check. It's just an automatic.
Yep. Okay. So you sit there and you cast this spell or this ritual. It takes you a little while. You have to grind a lot of the residuum into the
Symbols.
basically, into the symbol. And then you spend, a good while sitting there chanting.
Oh, yeah. Randus will be done with the bags before I'm done chanting.
Yeah, well, he was almost done already.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just kind of quietly leave his next to the circle without disrupting anything. And
okay. So, yes, you spend some time chanting and concentrating. And when you open your eyes, at first, it doesn't look like anything has changed. But when you start looking around, you notice several things.
Okay.
First off, there is like some sort of what appears to be like dust or steam or smoke kind of emanating from you.
Duh.
And basically, at first it looks like it's just kind of drifting in random directions, but then you realize that there are 3 distinct directions in which it is moving. You also spot some like silvery threads that appear to be kind of connected to. They look like they're connected to your clothing. There's maybe 5. There's we'll say 6 of those, and they're just kind of. They're not like taut. They look like they are like just kind of loose and getting close to the ground, and they just kind of continue into the wall. And feel like they would continue farther. And then on top of that, you spot 4 separate sort of like gem-looking things. They're translucent, but you can see them, and each one of them is shaped a little bit differently. You can tell that each of these is a separate attempt to gain information about you, so you can kind of pick one. So you've got 3 different sources of smoke. What did I say, like
6
5
silvery threads.
Yeah, 6 silvery threads
and 4 translucent gems.
And 4 gems.
So there's 13 things that I can choose from here.
There are 13 things you can choose from, and also you are aware that these are the things that are intersecting with the wording of the ritual, right? So if somebody just has a means of just directly looking at the starfish, it's not going to interact with it. These are all because somebody is either using a ritual to ask a question like, who has this thing now? Or because they're like, show me the person that has this, right? So there could be more than these. These are just the ones that you can see because of the ritual.
Yeah. Now, is anything kind of, you said these 6 threads, any of them look like they are probing my clothing, or they're just like attached to my clothing in 6 different places?
They're just attached, but the only thing that's the only things that seem to be actively doing anything are the gems. The gems are actually like moving around.
Okay.
And like kind of floating over there. And there's actually one of the gems like kind of like goes down and starts looking at the circle.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm going to look at.
Okay. So you reach over to that gem and everything else just fades away. And all of a sudden you see this like very bright kind of ruby looking gem.
No. All right. What happens if I look through it?
Okay. You like grab it and look through it. You see this basically when you look through it, you can see a hole, and in this hole you see like a woman, a human woman. She's got kind of dreadlocky, kind of not like salon dreads, just hair that has dreaded just because of time and the natural consistency of the hair. Along with what at first looks like a human child, but then appears to be a halfling, like a male halfling. And when you look at them, you realize that they are like peering down into something.
Okay. So I'm guessing that is the scrying circle or whatever they're using.
Yeah, or like a pool or something.
Okay. So who is this person? Because I'm able to... I guess you also gain the ability to identify the ritual caster well enough to scry upon him or her in turn.
Yeah. So if you want to use a scrying ritual, you can do that.
Okay.
But basically, now that you have this,
Mm-hmm. I don't know their questions or their efforts.
Yep.
I only know the specific
And-
ritual that was performed.
this also doesn't stop the ritual, right?
It says the effects of this ritual ends when you have been alerted to a divination or scrying attempt.
Yeah. So now that you know, basically you can get a good look at them
Mm-hmm.
and be able to scry on them,
Okay.
but the magic starts to fade away, and the gem just kind of naturally phases through your hand and continues kind of darting around.
Okay.
And then eventually everything just fades.
I look around to see if Randus is still here. No?
Yeah,
Oh, I
probably
guess time has passed. All right. I don't know whether to spend some additional monies. I'm going to do it again. I want to spend another 8 hours.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend the additional residuum again, Sam.
Well, you don't spend 8 hours casting the ritual.
Oh, it lasts 8
the
hours.
ritual
That's right.
lasts
That's right.
8
Sorry.
hours.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and spend another 22.5.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast this again.
All right.
Because there's apparently a lot of people looking for this thing.
Okay. What else are people doing? We'll just put a pin on this for a second.
That's fine.
Are we talking hours and hours and hours?
No, it's been about an hour since this all happened, which was roughly concurrent with Randus finishing the haversacks and Sakaar being relieved. So we could roll it back to a meanwhile, like as Orem is casting the ritual for the first time. Sakaar is like putting his room back together, and Randus comes out with 4 haversacks.
Yeah. Basically handing those out as I meet or find people.
Okay. Well, Dalin is out at the helm.
All right. Hey, Dalin.
Hello, Randus.
I finished with the sacks.
Oh,
I'll just leave this here.
go ahead and take it.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see if I can find everyone else.
All right.
I think everybody's in their rooms.
How late is it?
Well, it's been so you guys started out in the early morning and then probably sailed for at least an hour putting stuff while everybody was kind of fixing up the ship. Then 5 more hours, so we'll say it's a little bit after noon now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll.
Which, by the way, I guess I should point out, when you look up at the sky, you guys are still in the astral sea. You haven't moved into the Feywild or anything weird. When you look up at the sky, it looks clear. You can see the stars again.
Oh.
If you didn't know that there was still a pillar up, you wouldn't be able to tell by looking. I mean, well, Randus might be able to tell by looking, but most people wouldn't.
Well, I'll go knock on a few doors and hand out the rest of these.
Okay. Who do you go find?
Sparkle, I guess.
Okay. Little Sparkle in a room.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Randus.
Hey, done with the sacks. Here's yours.
Oh, thank you. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be finding the rest.
Cool. Any help or anything?
No, I think I'm good. Just
Okay.
All right. Go find Sakaar.
Okay. When you go to his room, Drumstick is standing outside of it.
Hey, Drumstick.
Hi, what'd you make me?
I guess I haven't made anything for you yet. Let me get back to you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Is Sakaar in?
Yeah, he's in there.
Okay. I think I'll give him his bag then.
Okay. She scoots a little bit away from the door so you can walk up to it.
All right. I'll knock on his door.
Okay.
Enter.
Hey, Sakar.
Where'd you think?
Yeah, I finished with your sack here.
Thank you. Has it been that long?
Yeah, I guess so.
I lost track of time severely.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
And they have completely thrown everything askew. Not that I have a lot to begin with, but still.
Do you need any help with this?
Certainly, feel free.
Yeah, okay.
How are you holding up?
Yeah, doing all right. Things seem to be going pretty good here.
Good to know. I was very concerned when you returned. I was very happy, but I was very concerned.
Well, yeah, glad you're happy, and sorry if I'm worrying you at all.
Yes, that really was not your fault. There's no need to apologize. I just, I cannot believe what has become of us.
Yeah, I guess that's the life of an adventurer.
Is it, though? Is it really? I mean, I've seen adventurers' lives, and they're not all like this. Not everyone goes through this. It's very important to know. Nonetheless.
I suppose.
I don't suppose I could impose on you for a favor.
Oh, what do you want?
I had a thought when I was talking with Dallin earlier.
Yeah?
I miss my flaming sword.
Oh, yeah, I could probably whip up an enchantment.
That would be lovely. Without even looking, Sakar kind of reaches down with his right hand and wings his short sword up into the air, kind of catches it and flips it around to hand it to Randus.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I'll take that once I hand out this bag here, and
certainly.
Yeah, I'll get to work on that.
I don't want to seem, greedy or anything, but
no, yeah, we want to be geared up and everything, and
I think a degree of normalcy will help us all.
Fair enough, yeah.
If there is such a thing.
Yeah. All right. We got this pretty well cleaned up then?
Yeah, I think we're good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no. See you around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and go find Orem.
Stow all my gear in the magical
not Orem.
hat.
I already gave Orem his. Is there anyone else?
You just set it down next to me?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, there's a haversack here. I open it up.
Yeah, I think that's everyone.
Except for you. You didn't give yourself one.
Yeah, I got it built.
It's like I had 5 of these. What happened?
1, 2, 3, 4. What did I miss?
Oh, well, I guess this was for drumstick.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, you can. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy for you to head back to the lab to check on Orem, since he's like straight up trying out a new ritual.
Fair enough. Yep, I'll poke my head back in.
Oh, hey, Randus.
Hey, Orem.
It worked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's a lot of people trying to find this starfish.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine so.
I mean, like a lot of people at any one time. I did find 2 people, I guess. A woman and a halfling child were spying on me. They did not look familiar. I don't know who they are. I could scry back on them. I could try to peer on at least something in the room that they were in, but I don't. Do you have any thing that we can build to scry on them?
I'd be able to make something. I have to look into that.
Yeah, because I only have the ability to detect scrying spells or look at a particular object, but not really spy on people.
Fair enough.
Yeah, anything that I would have had kind of melted away while I was in that gym.
Yeah, seems to happen.
I mean, I have my... Yeah. Oh, you built me... it's no longer around. Oh, that was... Didn't you build me a focus?
Yeah, like
an orb? Didn't you build me an orb a while ago?
I think so.
But that would be gone because it melted away. Well, we need to find something that will allow me to spy on these people, find out who they are and what they're doing. I'm thinking of attempting this again and seeing if I can find out anything else about somebody else.
I'll have to check into that. I'll think on that. I think in the meantime, Sakar wanted me to enchant this sword.
Okay.
Make it all flamey here. So I think I'll work on that a bit while I see what I can do to try to scry.
All right. Yeah, all I have is my orb implement.
The focus itself is not enchanted, right? The focus is just orb.
Yeah, it's just an orb.
Yeah, so you actually probably still have that focus.
Okay, all right.
Because you didn't lose any of your stuff. It's just all of your stuff, except for your ring, your sword, and your helmet lost their enchantment.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back and do this ritual again, I think. And finish up and do this ritual the second time.
All right. And what's Randa's making?
Some sort of fire enchantment for sword.
So, Rodrigo, when I was looking at these people and seeing them, could I tell anything about them? Like, do these appear to be big wizards? Do these appear to be, an average Joe who has got some magical powers and are trying to cash in on this bounty?
I mean, you would probably have to scry on them to figure that out. You just got enough of an impression of who they are that you can now use your own scrying rituals on them.
All right. Of which I have one that is not useful.
You can always learn them.
Okay.
It's just, as a wizard, you get free rituals, but you can always just spend, probably in this case, residuum to, you could either spend money if you knew somebody who could teach you the ritual, or spend residuum to essentially trial and error into the ritual.
Ah, okay. All right.
And that, residuum, it like magic components in general, it doesn't have to be specifically residuum. But right now you guys are at such a level that you're just basically operating on like pure uncut residuum at all times.
Okay.
Let me see.
There's an observed creature.
Let me see the rituals.
So I've got the focus. It's a level 24 spell. Observe creature.
Observe creature. Yep, that's probably the highest level scrying ritual.
Okay.
Yep. So.
And so I would have to.
Do you already have that?
No, I don't. I have comprehend language in like 5 different. I have, for whatever reason, 5 different comprehend language scrolls.
No, you probably made those for somebody else. If they are scrolls, those are definitely now inert.
Gone. Yeah. They're blank pieces of paper.
Let's see. Choose specific. Let me see where it comes from. Yeah, player's handbook. So should be good.
Yeah.
You must describe your intended subject, so that wouldn't be a problem. But the other ritual specifically allows that.
Yeah.
Your statement of intended subject in the most straightforward way possible. Then don't have to worry about that clause. You have no inherent way of figuring out where it is in relation to you. You just have to figure it out from context.
Yeah, and I can do that because I've seen them. So as long as I've seen them and can describe them, I should be able to scry on them.
So it shouldn't be an issue. You just have to roll and figure out how many rounds you can observe them for. But first, you have to spend some time essentially
putting it together.
Putting the ritual together.
Okay.
There is a ritual called Forbiddance. No scry sensor can enter the area of Forbiddance, and no creature can teleport into it unless the sensor or the creature is higher level than the ritual caster who performed the ritual. Your Arcana check determines the size of the warded area. So, like basically 24 hours a pop, you could use that to
kind of block.
To basically put a zone of nobody knows what's in here, but it's like a place. So if you did that like in the lab, then nobody could scry into the lab.
Right.
But you'd have to keep
I'd have to stay in the lab
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, again, there is like detect object, or it's not detect object.
View
like
object.
View object, right. Yeah. So anybody who's using view object can probably look at the starfish directly. Everybody who's using like view creature or scry creature or whatever is going to be looking probably for the owner of the starfish. So, but it also, depending on what they have, it kind of depends.
Yeah.
Because if, there's like, this also detects like people who are asking questions. So if somebody like summons up a like phantom oracle and is like, describe to me the last 5 people that have had the starfish, they could just be scrying on little sparkle all day, every day.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of sitting there bored in the lab, like holding the starfish.
Yeah.
So there's no like surefire way of doing it.
No. And the only problem that I would see with Forbiddance is that wouldn't they be able to detect a zone of an area that they can't penetrate and kind of know that that's the same area?
It just wouldn't show up.
Oh, okay.
It also, the question is, like, any given one of them, how long have they been scrying on this thing?
True.
So they may already have enough information that it doesn't matter. It's one thing that I do like about knowledge gathering rituals in 4th edition, at least, is that it's a lot easier to gain information than it is to block information. So especially when players have them, they're like, show me the bad guy. And it's like, you just kind of have to like figure it out from context, like what they're doing. You don't usually get like super direct information. And that's why it has all these clauses about like, you have to like basically like pretend it's a genie. You have to give it exactly what you want. Otherwise you'll get something weird. And that's like the catch of, if you do it wrong, you have to spend for it again. And thus also, a high enough level person, gets another chance at like maybe catching it.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty imperfect, and I actually like that. It makes it difficult to prevent other people from gaining the information that they need.
Well, I know I'm going to definitely create an observed creature scroll.
Okay. Well, you can research the ritual.
Yeah.
Or essentially, you're now badass enough that you can like kind of like reverse engineer that ritual.
Okay.
It's going to take you a little while.
Yeah.
And however much it costs to buy it in Residuum.
Yes, 21,000, Sam.
Okay. Wait. Noted.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pretty much any items I saw with scrying just kind of affect the scrying ritual, not so much provides any.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody else has anything to do, now would be the time to do it. Otherwise, we can just end it right there for this week and come back next time to see who else might be spying on
Critical Hit.
On Critical Hit. That is right. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out, downloading all those good things that you do. Thank you for spreading the good word. And thank you to everybody who, when people out in the Twitterverse are asking, hey, what RPG podcasts or what Real Play podcasts or what Dungeons and Dragons podcasts are you looking for? I really, really do appreciate, and I think we all appreciate, those of you who respond and let those people know about Critical Hit. That's a great way to spread the word, to let more people know about this. Although, doing this for 10 years, I know it shows that old can often slip through the cracks. But I really appreciate all the good word that everyone is spreading about this show. In the meantime, if you do have questions, podcast@majorspoilers.com. Remember, if you are a patron, there are monthly GM Roundtable live shows that you can listen to. where we talk about a specific topic to help you become a better GM. You can find out more about that over at patreon.com/majorspoilers. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.